I also got out at the height of 2020. So it was the identity reckoning of the entire United States of race and gender and sexuality, and all of these other crossroads were occurring at the same time. I say all that to say that I then went into a very dark place that I was like, I now could understand what veterans felt like, what those veterans were complaining about. Because I was on the other side. And as a female, and a queer female at that, these men that I served with who treated me, who I had a great reputation with, who I fought alongside, who respected me, cut me out or shamed me, or now I wasn't the palatable gay person that they liked. Now I had a voice. I was speaking out women's rights or queer rights or something like that. And it wasn't aligned with what they wanted me to be, or that I didn't fit in their paradigm anymore, their perfect little box that they liked me in. And I lost a lot of friends. And so
Really?
the isolation, oh yeah, not friends that were close to me that I needed, but like combat friends that I stayed in contact with and cared for. And I'm like, hey man, we work together. What are you talking about? Just because I don't agree with whatever the issue is, which led me to be very isolated. It led me to be, and I say that goes both ways. It wasn't just the military people who were like, oh, we don't want this person speaking out. It was also, I moved to Seattle, Washington, with predominantly liberal, predominantly queer spaces. And I didn't fit in there either. Because they were like, wait, you own a gun? Wait, you served in the military? I crossed too many paths. People weren't okay with that.
I think part of the appeal of the special ops in the psychedelic scene is to sway conservatives. But part of what drew me to this is I saw so many liberals in the psychedelic scene attacking veterans, saying they don't deserve treatment. They don't deserve these studies. And I'm like, that's not right either. It's just a weird gray area between these two very polar worlds. And I think that's interesting. Not for you when you're in the middle of it, but just the conundrum of it is historically interesting.
Absolutely. I feel like I'm very much in a healed place where I could speak to that, and I completely agree. At the time, I wouldn't say, oh, this is very interesting that I'm ping-ponging between these groups, but I completely agree. I find it fascinating. If we're really going to the root of and historically what psychedelics have been used by Indigenous people and used historically, is to remove all of those identities, is to love without boundaries and borders, and to care for people deeply, no matter where they fall on any spectrum or any political space. So for both sides to be that way, it needs to shift. It needs to change. And I hope it does as we move forward and as this grows.